Alrighty. Are we cooking with gas? Let's see. Yes, we're cooking with gas. Cool. Today, I'm going to share some real estate stuff with you guys. Because, I've got a lot of ways I can go. And I was thinking of going out, renting a house for Airbnb. And I was getting ready to work on that today. And I'm in these real estate groups, and you gotta really know you gotta keep your ear to the ground. You really do. And they were talking about where I was looking to rent, how they're going to put an Airbnb ban. Yep. They're having meetings. They're talking about banning Airbnb in this particular neighborhood. And, because I had chose East Point, and I still might buy something in East Point because East Point isn't that far from downtown. It isn't that far from the airport. And you could get, here's a rental. They don't have a lot of pictures. Nice neighborhood. So that rental's going for $2,000. I was thinking I could get $1,500 to $1,600 for a regular rental. Just depends. But this is where I was going to go ahead, talk to a homeowner, and hey, let's come to an agreement here. Because the thing is, you have to tell the homeowner what you're doing. Because look at this. Perfect for the first-time buyer, very savvy investor, someone simply desiring close to Beach City. Come find opportunities at this store, fully renovated. Currently be used as a high-producing Airbnb property with bookings throughout the weekend and weekend. Now, this is funny. Because I just came across this. Oh, and this is something else too. Okay. Why would you sell something that is making money? They got it all set up with the cheap chintzy furniture for the Airbnb. I don't know if they're selling because East Point's coming up with this proposed ban on that's okay. See, I was going to do it a little better than that. It's very interesting. So that's one of the things I got going on. And one of the things I don't understand, because I've been seeing some people, because there's a group that I'm a member of, where there's a guy who liquidated all the furniture from his Airbnb, and he's getting ready to turn it back to a regular rental. So it's just very interesting because here was my plan: get a good Airbnb in a good location, and typically, what I was estimating, if it can book out pretty consistently, it would make 3 times what I would make with monthly rent. However, I got to do some more research because I was getting ready to pull the trigger, go do this thing in East Point. And, there's this group and there's like, they're talking about banning Airbnbs in East Point. Like, why has that become a problem? Why has the city council of East Point determined that we're going to put a crimp into the Airbnb deal? I don't know what's going on with that. But before you get a property to Airbnb, do your research. Do your research. Make sure that you know what's going on with that municipality. Because before I go forward with this, I gotta do some research. Because let's say you have an Airbnb, it's doing well, then they go ahead and ban it. Then you gotta turn it into a regular rental. That would suck. And, because the more I look into this Airbnb thing, it's, I'm going to have to really do the research because once it's going, it's going good. And also going back just to this one. Why are they selling this house? Let's see. Question. And a lot of times these agents don't get back to you. All right. So we will see what will happen. Because if it's booking out and it's making money, why sell it? And I would, because, it's a 2-bedroom and it's a 1-bath. The most I can rent that for would be about $1,000 to $1,200 per month because of the size. So their price, their asking price is out of bounds because I wouldn't even offer them that. Trying to figure out. Let's see what price and tax history, because I do this on every house that I'm interested in. Sold this house for $97,000 in 2017. Property taxes were $643. That's not bad at all. So, I'm a little concerned about this Airbnb situation because before I go hog wild, because I was watching this video where this guy was talking about going out and renting properties to put on Airbnb, which is a lot faster than buying them. Because I could go out and rent with the money I have saved. I could go out and rent 20, 30 houses. And if they're all like doing 3 times past rent, that's a lot of cash. But I'm not really sure of how valid that's going to be with these Airbnb crackdowns. Like this house, I wouldn't give them 159. I would give them like 135. 135, 125 to 135. That's what I would offer. But, you know, if you're going to do the Airbnb thing, before you buy the house, if you already have the house, you know, you stuck. Check with the municipality. Make sure that they're not going to be banning or changing the game plan on you, because, you know, the more I get into this real estate stuff, and the fact that I'm seeing people convert back to long-term rentals from Airbnb, it makes me wonder what's going on. All right, let's see. Heart's Desire. Already did it in D.C. They banned Airbnb in D.C. I don't know, Ben. Rod for Real Estate. It's the hotel groups that are behind this. BK from the Rockies agreed. Companies like Evolve will check the status of the rules for Airbnb as part of you doing business with them. Good to know. Because it's very concerning, because, you know, I'm sitting on this cash and I want to put the cash to work, but I keep coming up across hiccups and problems. Because if I go the Airbnb route, I need to make sure that my exit strategy, in case they change the rules, I could turn it into a very good rental. Good Lord. This kind of like, you know, for those that didn't know, I wrote a book about Uber, and I drove for Uber for 6 weeks. And man, the issues with the airport, like what I used to do, like there's a geofence around the airport, right? But if you hang around Virginia Avenue, people can ping you at the airport. And I would text them, and I was like, what are you wearing? What do you look like? I would get out. I was hugging people. There was this one chick. Oh, man, she was scrumptious. And I was like, hey, how you doing? Grabbed her bags and stuff, because the cop was right there. And, you know, it is like, what's up with these forces of evil to prevent people from making money? Now, you know Airbnb is going to strike back. They got lawyers. Almost all of the DMV area has Airbnb stipulations. Wow. Wow. That is crazy, man. Because, you know, I've crunched the numbers. I looked at some stuff. And if I get it in the right location, because, you know, I was listening to this guy. He was talking about Airbnb. And it's like he was off base, because I know location is everything. And I was looking for spots that was close to the dome. And I'm just like, dude, you know, because he was just like, get an Airbnb anywhere near a hotel. And that might get some business, but I'm looking to like roll out. Because I might get a luxury rental. And because I might get something that's like $4,000 or $5,000 per month, because typically I can charge enough where I can make 15 to 20 a month. But once again, I got to know if this thing's going to work out. BK from the Rocky, I'm seeing more areas like Denver Metro making more rules to limit Airbnb. God is no, I don't think the bans will last. Hotels will have to adapt to this new economy and suffer. That's a valid point, because they were on Uber, and Uber was like, Uber got gangster. Uber's like, we will pay your legal fees. We will bail you out of jail. We will pay your impound fees. And, you know, SB, New York City, Los Angeles, Las Vegas have strict laws. Why are they all up in the little man's pocket? I don't get that. Because if this is a way for you to make income, because most of America is poor, and this is like hurting, because one of the biggest things is a lot of people will rent out a room in their apartment, so they're staying there with these strangers. And I read that unless you own the house, like Nashville, you can't buy a house and rent it out for Airbnb in Nashville. It has to be owner occupied. I'm like, what? Carlos, the East Point, it said ban. It was an Airbnb ban. Yeah, the hotels got more money than the taxi industry. I don't know. Ooh, hotels being undercut by better property. Folks don't want to hear their neighbors through thin walls. Not getting the tax revenue is the main factor, I would think. Good morning. Because Nashville prices are sky high. I looked at some real estate in Nashville. I don't know what's going on in Nashville, but yeah, Nashville's crazy. Airbnb works as the bureaucracy that hamstrings profit margins. I'm looking to sublease in the Airbnb in Miami. What are your thoughts on that? I was looking at doing the same thing because I was listening to Google Airbnb rentals, where you can go convince someone to let you rent their property and put it up on Airbnb. Because I was thinking about going to look at some properties today and make some offers, and it's just because it's going to cost me about $3,000 to furnish the place. And something that I was going to do, I was going to get some very nice mattresses and put this in the ad. Brand new such and such mattresses for a good night's sleep. Heart's Desire in DC, one of the main reasons supposedly there wasn't enough affordable housing. DC is one of the most gentrified cities right now. That's why there's no affordable housing, not Airbnb. Dell and other tech companies came to Nashville. Lots of engineers, okay. Joshua Hill, unless they're going to go around knocking on doors, how would they be able to tell if the owner? They got people walking. They'll check the Airbnb listing. They're going after, they're getting gangster with it. I was in Airbnb in Atlanta the other day. It was a 1-bedroom that used to be in the basement. I paid $240 for 3 days. Nashville is one of the fastest growing cities. Leadership's probably struggling trying to figure things out. Yep, I'm gonna probably get maybe a purple or cat, because I'm gonna go ahead and get brand new mattresses. Erica Nicole, people snitch. Joshua Hill. Yeah, it ain't that hard, man. It ain't that hard to figure out who's doing some stuff. My dad turned the basement into a 1-bedroom, making about $900 a month. Then the renter complained to the city, and they had to move, and my dad had to shut down the apartment. Wow. Going back to what Erica Nicole, people snitch. I know in New York, in these big cities, it's crazy, but Atlanta is very interesting because I don't think it's going to be real, easy to convince somebody to say, "Hey, let me rent your place and use this as an Airbnb." You know, Ben, yeah, I was in Nashville 2 years ago. Folks were pissed about all the hipsters moving in. Hipsters in Nashville? Eric Williams, boarding houses are coming back. They never left, man. And hotels can't have that. There aren't enough houses to put. There are enough houses to put many smaller hotels out of business. Well, I used to own a boarding house, and it's a very tricky thing because typically with the low income people, there's a lot of instability. So you're always dealing with something as a boarding house owner. There's a new company startup that poll. Oh man, there's a new company startup that polices the Airbnb for offenders. They're working with the cities to get people registered and licensed. I know many people in New York rent rooms in their public housing apartment. That's crazy. Just news: a housing crash is inevitable. With Airbnb, more speculators are in the market, helping to artificially inflate prices. You always can rent and stay there 4 days out the week and then go see your family on the weekends. That's funny. You can have a nice condo in Miami and can't even Airbnb it because of the association. Oh, the HOAs. There was one spot that I was going to buy it because it was perfect. It was smack dab in the middle of Buckhead. The price was right. It had been remodeled. And the HOA, no rentals, no dogs. I was like, how can you say if I'm paying, I can't have a dog? What would be a dog? It's crazy, man, what's going on. And you got to be careful with these condos because some of these condos, the HOA fee is ridiculous. Like this condo had an HOA fee of $475, but that included electric, water, and I believe internet. Rod for real estate. It's not nationwide yet, but they're in some markets and growing. Eric Wins. When prices were low, folks weren't buying, didn't qualify then. Even if prices go back down, they still won't buy. Justin, the reason I'm looking at Miami is I have a friend who's doing well with 2 to 3 bedroom home he subleases. God is Noel. Erica, not only are boarding houses coming back, they're going corporate. There's a huge co-living development opening in Midtown Atlanta. Hold on. I had posted this. All right. So this isn't what I was looking for, but this is actually even interesting. Common members save over $500 every month over a traditional studio apartment. This is shared living space. Let's go with, because the cost of living, Good Lord. And this is for a shared living space. 1,600 to 2,500. All right. So these are places that you can live. Now this is shared 2,500, 2,400, 1,600. And you living with somebody. Man, this is deeper than I thought. This is crazy. This is cray cray. So, because what I was looking for was there's this place in Los Angeles where they don't even have walls. It's like you just get a bed in a little space. It's like 1,500 to 1,200 bucks per month. Policy is not law. It depends on how one contract. Yeah, I know. That's one of my first questions I asked for condos. I heard Ty Lopez at the 10X conference was saying that when the market crashed, he could market to people who have difficulty in paying the mortgage to Airbnb, split the profit, and help them keep it. That's interesting. Let me sleep in the hammock in the backyard for 850. In New York, you have people in their 40s renting rooms. Also in London, when I went to London, you had that same situation because I asked the girl at the hotel. She had 5 roommates, including her. That was 6 people living in this place. Yeah, Aaron and Nicole, that's what I was looking for. They had bunk beds in the open space. Treehouse living. It's very interesting what's going on with rent, living. It's very, very crazy. Because once again, you got to be careful because one of my fears is I'll do my research, I'll find a place, then they'll change the laws. So I got to do some more stuff. Purpose Pit, that game has been Purpose Pit. Old Craigslist with an erotica section, people used to say you could live with me If you have sex with me, they were real. That's old. That's very old. Van living, RV living. Let me get my pet Slake. I haven't checked on her channel in a minute. So you've got all of this stuff going on with the real estate. So I think, depending upon what I find out this week, it'll be traditional rentals. Because this is crazy. Now, I remember when Airbnb first started, and I used to see these people that had 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 different apartments. Just depends. And this guy who was talking about renting these places to Airbnb, he was talking about doing it on a short-term lease, so you don't lock yourself. Yeah, see, I want to go ahead and get this thing started, and I want to get it started legitimately. A lot of places intentionally used to be cheap for renters. Now they don't want to rent to anyone. They only want to do Airbnb. More money, more money, more money. Even co-working spaces are expensive. WeWork starts at $450 a month. If you've rented traditional office space, $450 a month is cheap. Like my offices was like $2,500 for 2, so $450 a month is cheap. Let's see. I don't know. I have never done Airbnb. I may I may set something up just to see how it works because I'm unacquainted with the policy of how this whole thing works. Because you can't have more people than the space allows. So you will have that situation. Let's see, did they get back to me? Because I'm trying to figure out, they have an Airbnb property. They're making money. Why would you be selling this? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like this. They're selling it for $159. It's making money. It's already on Airbnb. It already has reviews. Let's see. Let's go to let's see if we can find that bad boy. East Point, Georgia. All right, so the entire place. See, these prices don't look all that great to me. $59 a night for the entire house. Oh, here it is. So they're charging $88 a night. Let's see. This place is priced correctly. Okay. So it's a very cute and quaint home, but very stylish and modern. But also the area was also a bit sketchy. Okay. Man, they be killing you. The state was quaint. The house was what we expected, bigger than it appeared in the photos, and it was what you expect. We were missing some of the amenities expected: hand soap, shampoo, conditioner. Got from some for ourselves at the store. It was a little less clean than we had liked, but the host was nice. Oh God, Ebony, this was the worst experience ever. The house did not depict the pictures listed. The house was not clean at check-in. He suggests I mop the filthy floors. Also found two bugs in bed. The location of the home is definitely not worth the money. Save yourself some time before booking this location. She went off. Very clean. Was okay house, nothing special, just a little house on the corner. Neighborhood looked sketched at first, but overall, no one's bothering no one. It's quiet. We had a few problems with lights not working, electric outlets needed to be reset in order to turn on. And with a little freak out with cockroaches being on the counter. So he's renting this out at $88 a night. So if he rents 88 times 25. It's $2,200 a month. That's just like maybe $1,000 more than rent. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. They may need the cash for something else. They probably don't want to go through the getting the license and the permitting. Seems like we're about to have a prison planet. What's really going on? That co-living data got me shook. Eric and Nicole, they can't be, what? They could be over leveraged in other areas, need cash. The cleaning lady can kill your business. Go look up Austin, Texas. Raj Moses. I heard code enforcement is very strict in East Point. I know a lot of rehabbers stay away. There's a bunch of rehab property in East Point. Oh, definitely. It's location, 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 location. That's why when this guy was saying, Airbnb can work anywhere that there's a hotel, I'm like, I don't know about that. I mean, you could make money, but I want to make more than money. The location is everything. It needs to be near a venue. Like one place I was looking at, it's walking distance to the new stadium, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And there's always events there. That's where Falcons play, SEC championship. So there's a lot of outs there. But, the whole thing of if you have a place that has rapid turnover, you're going to have a very good cleaning crew. And, like I said, I'm just getting research. I'm just thinking out loud here because this is a trip. So people expect to have soap and shampoo like a hotel. Game the Groomer. I had subleased an apartment across from the Georgia Dome and Airbnb it. Very profitable. I learned I need my own property and needed to do it again. Now that's one place I was looking at. You can't do what you want outside of city code, man. You can't. Like, let's see. Let me show y'all one that I was thinking about. If it's still on the market, and a lot of these houses are moving. Like this right here, this 115, that was a great price. That sucker sold. A lot of this stuff is getting snatched up within 2 weeks, especially if it's priced right and it's a good looking piece of property. It has like high curb appeal. It ain't staying on the market long. Stuff is flying. Let's see if I can find this property. This one just got picked up. This one is still on the sale, but it's a condo. Ain't no telling what's going on with that. And a lot of these condos don't allow rentals. That's a big issue for me because I'm not going to live in it. I guess they took it down. Guess that bad boy is gone. Because it was like really walking distance to the dome. And it had, it was a lot you can do with it. A lot. Crypto crack just rented an Airbnb home in Florida. Owner had an in-law arrangement and stayed on the property during my booking. Only saw her once in 5 days. The Airbnb property I was looking at had a comment in the review section about the AC being broken, and the owner did not respond. I know Game the Groomer because that whole thing with the stadium, the aquarium, World of Coca-Cola, State Farm Arena. Superhost put soap and toothpaste and seasoning in the kitchen, so now people expect that everywhere. Wow. I live in St. Louis, Missouri. Thought about renting out my home on Airbnb. Try it. Because it's called short-term rental. You can put up your property on a few platforms. I'm out South Florida. I got 10 units on the beach side. Cool. Better hire some expert management for Airbnb. Stay woke. Well, I see cleaning can kill you because this is the South and we have bugs. The cleaning lady is a key point because I've noticed that on some of the new Airbnbs they've been talking about, they rated the place as sparkling clean. So you're going to have to be really on top of the cleaning situation. And with that, that could be a whole nother set of issues. So there's just some thoughts, some stuff I was going to do today. I'm going to call some people and see how it goes. Plus, I got to do some research before I rent anything because, I may be under a contract for a year. And I need to make sure that they don't change the laws or do something strange. You need a crew for any property you have. I had a cleaning service for 4 years, so I know how difficult that could be. Because everybody don't do the same level of work. Um, I could probably use my cleaning lady, but I don't know about her going over there to the apartment 2 and 3 times a week. I don't know about that. This is something you got to look at because I know she does a good job. She used to work in a hotel. She'd be leaving the toilet tissue folded a little way, roses and stuff. But it's something to think about. It is definitely something to think about because while I'm trying to go ahead and get 3 times the rent, I need to make sure that this is not something that's going to disappear. So that's one of the things I need to do. Louis Vaughn. I have an Airbnb rental. It grosses between 35 and 4K a month. I clear at least 2K a month after expenses. Wow. Um, that's just a little better than rent. It's important to understand leasing contracts if you sublist apartments. Oh, Louis Vaughn is located in Riverdale. Riverdale, College Park, East Point area. Okay. So the profit is $24,000 a year. So you got some mad expenses. Well, I take it you still have a mortgage on it. Guess you got to pay that. Is a Louis Vaughn? Is it a house, a condo, or an apartment? So we understand what we're talking about here. Because if you had 10 of those who were doing the same thing, that's like 20,000 a month. See, I was going to actually go over to College Park because things have clearly changed over there. And one place I'm looking, there's the Dome, there's the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the World Congress Center, the aquarium, all that stuff located in that area. Because I know I heard one guy that said location really didn't matter as long as there was a hotel. I didn't believe that. If you want to get crazy, if you want to get top dollar, I would think, location would be everything. Chris Monroe, I only use Airbnbs when I travel. I don't even look at hotel rooms anymore. Gerald off. I know someone is clearing $2 million a year. Airbnb, college parks on the rise. Louis Vaughn, house, yes. I have a mortgage, but I'm leveraging my profits to purchase another property in December. With 60 units. So this is Airbnb. Because with that level of activity, you're going to need a team. You're going to need someone to answer the phone. You're going to need someone to let them in. You're going to need someone to call them. So that's a thriving enterprise. Does he own all 60 units? Well, townhomes here in Georgia can have HOA, homeowners association. Oh, it would have to be because I mean, just mentioning one Airbnb, I was reading this guy, he was like he was running, he was letting people in, he just had one. Smooth to smooth. Location definitely matters. Had mine near major attractions to stay booked, but lots of small details involved. Full service management there, definitely. Oh, they got more than a property manager, man. He's got to have a booking team. He's probably got 5 or 6 people working for him, especially with the cleaning part. He's leasing them. That kind of goes back to the video that I was watching this morning where this guy was talking about that. Because essentially, if you can lease an Airbnb property, you can scale up very quickly versus buying them. It's very interesting. All right, that's just what was in my mind. Just sharing a little bit about where I'm going. I'm going to do some more research. I'm going to check with these municipalities. But, I'm waiting to get some more information about East Point. All right, so I'll see you guys later. Peace.